The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. A brief message released by Deputy Opposition Leader Douglas Tomuriesa confirmed that MP for Maprik Gabriel Caprice has passed on this morning at the hotel in Port Moresby. The leader passed away due to a sudden heart attack. Late Caprice was re-elected into Parliament for the Maprik open seat in the 2022 National General Elections under People's National Congress Party led by Yalibu Pangia MP Peter O'Neill. More details on the leader's death will be forthcoming as we make contact with relevant authorities. Data holds immense power. The days of big data is here. These were remarks made by Chief Secretary Ivan Pomaleu at the recent launch of the Internal Revenue Commission's Data Management Strategy.
The Chief Secretary of the Prime Minister's Department and the National Executive Council, Ivan Pomaleu, commended the Internal Revenue Commission for the launch of the organization's first data management strategy. Pomaleu said by implementing a robust data management strategy, the IRC is empowered to make informed decisions, streamline processes, and enhance revenue collection.
Immense power. The days of big data is here. In today's digital age, it has become the lifeblood that propels our progress and shapes our future. By harnessing the potential of data, we have the opportunity to transform the way we operate, improving efficiency and productivity across all sectors of our government.
Chief Secretary Pomaleu emphasized the game-changing power of data-driven decision-making, stating that it enables organizations to move away from traditional approaches and reliance on intuition alone.
Instead, we can now rely on evidence-based insights derived from comprehensive data analysis. By leveraging the power of data, we can identify trends, patterns, and opportunities that were previously hidden from view. This newfound knowledge will guide our strategies and policies, allowing us to respond proactively to changing circumstances and emerging challenges. Moreover, a strong data management framework will foster a culture of transparency and accountability within the IRC and the broader public service.
The Chief Secretary stated that IRC's critical implementation of the strategy will inspire other agencies of government to look at the nature of data they carry by law and mandate and determine how those can be used to enhance a collective proposition for a whole-of-government approach on overarching regulatory or policy outcomes. Maricela Kelleton, TVWAN News.
So-called Rambos will not stop important government programs in Enga province, Sir Peter Ipatas, Governor for Enga, says those who intend to stop important government programs in the province will not succeed. Sir Peter remarked at the closing of the 19th Enga Provincial Cultural Show. Sir Peter's words were directed at critics negatively on social media platforms on hosting a show in light of widely speculated tribal conflict in certain parts of the province. A total of 60 different cultural groups from within Enga and specifically invited huli dancers from Hela and Kutubu in Southern Highlands took part in the two-day cultural show on the week. Sir Peter took the opportunity to rather appeal to the leaders in the country to look at constructive ways to crack down on lawlessness, which seriously affects progress and general well-being of the citizens. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
You like Savvy on winning plus scale rice mechi pack? Scale rice like giving you plenty chance to winning plenty scale prices. Kind price so same 256 plus scale rice Nambi set, 192 plus scale rice Kemo Eski, not 44 plus JBL and Co speakers, 102 plus wireless microphone. The win, 5 minutes scale rice or oil rice products, writing full name na contact details below box and receipt, not drop him inside the entry box. You get 4 plus draws, 4 plus fortnight, 116 plus winners, na 16 plus promotion locations. Just try us all. You got terms na conditions for display.
All Mama Flame is story all same.
Me say you sing flame flower long one yem. Me say me Kim Kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like flower balls belong me what them kawa war na spring ania. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut me save walk him lo house. Me make kumu mix him what them kau na karamapim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is scaling one time wala harpela kai. Me save kissing more kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You in a baking more one time flame flour.
Hiya mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Open hands.
Welcome back to Overseas News. Thousands of Sudanese people are displaced in Chad following a bloody and brutal conflict which erupted in Sudan between the country's army and paramilitary group.
A few months ago, this patch of land was completely empty. Now it's these makeshift shelters as far as the eye can see. Hundreds of thousands of people have fled across the border in Sudan, which is just over there, here into Chad, escaping this bloody and violent conflict that's rocked Sudan between the country's army and a paramilitary group. More than 80% in this camp are women and children. We've spoken with some children here who've lost both of their parents, so they've come here as orphans. They're living in tents by themselves, having to fend for themselves because all their family has been killed. And although people have made it here to relative safety, it's still a dangerously uncertain future here because there's an incredible lack of food, an incredible lack of water. There's nowhere for people to clean themselves. There are no toilets, so the risk of disease is high.
In our country, before this, we had everything we needed, all the food we needed. We didn't lack anything, but then the militia came and started killing, and we were forced to come here.
We don't have any bedding, we don't have blankets, and we don't have anything to eat.
This here in this refugee camp is one of the world's biggest unfolding humanitarian crises, and aid agencies are doing all they can to help these people, but they simply just don't have enough money. We've spoken with so many people here that tell us they're going days without food and water. It's simply unlivable for some of these people, and they need more help.
Over the next 2 decades, 240,000 homes are said to be built on the Queensland coast in order to keep up with its surging population. But locals are concerned with the area being too densely populated and unaffordable.
Kelly Nason has lived on the Sunshine Coast since she was 7. But the registered nurse can't afford to buy a home here, forcing her family into a tough decision.
I think we're approved for $370,000. We won't get anywhere on the Sunshine Coast, Caboolture, anywhere in southeast Queensland, so we're going to Mackay.
The new Southeast Queensland Regional Plan aims to address the affordable home shortfall. 240,000 more houses, units and high-rises will be built by 2041 across the Gold and Sunshine Coasts.
Not everyone wants to have a backyard and a clothesline, so how can we provide walkable cities, good public transport? People might go to a local co-working space so that they don't have to sit in a car for hours.
The southern Gold Coast is a development hotspot. Rainbow Bay local Maria Hobbs says high-density living and a lack of infrastructure is killing the coastal lifestyle.
It's just turned what was a really beautiful little suburb into a place of a lot of frustration and disappointment, and it needn't have been like this if it was better planned, better spaced out.
Deputy Premier Stephen Miles says the SEQ regional plan is crucial to meet growth. Otherwise, Queenslanders risk losing the things they love about their communities. But some believe that's already happened. Noosa's mayor says the region is being loved to death.
We are standing up and are ready to fight, and I will be leading the charge against this state plan.
It is a great place to live, but only so many people can live in a great place.
A conundrum facing the entire southeast corner.
Back home, university students were delighted to witness the St. John's Ambulance Emergency First Aid training at the recent public event held at the University of Papua New Guinea. The training includes a combination of theory and practical simulations of real-life emergency scenarios.
The emergency first aid course includes a combination of theory and practical simulations of real-life emergency scenarios. It teaches a range of first aid skills including CPR, first aid equipment, and alternatives that can be used in rural PNG. Sil Namora, a third-year political science student, and Geita Taviri, a fourth-year biological science student at the University of Papua New Guinea, were introduced to the St. John Ambulance Emergency First Aid course at the event. Geita commended the trainer and the intensity of the program. Interacting with St. John Ambulance booth sales customer officer Renata Pandey and communications technician Bonaventura Witio, Geita said he learned how to use first aid equipment properly and also how to perform CPR and how to use the voice prompt defibrillator. Geita emphasized that people often forget how important it is to know first aid and that not many people know its significance, and going through the training highlights its importance. Sil Namora said the first aid training is great and very helpful. She said a personal reason for her interest in first aid, having lost her father to a heart attack. Sil believes that having basic first aid knowledge could have made a difference in her family's ability to help him. Both Geita and Sil are enthusiastic about their involvement in first aid training and volunteering opportunities within the ambulance service. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. You're watching TV1 News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
Welcome back. The Australian team Matildas have beaten France 7-6 in a dramatic sudden death penalty shootout in Brisbane with Mackenzie Arnold and Courtney Vine as the heroes. Australian skipper Arnold saved 3 French sport kicks and while missing one of her own in a 20-penalty spectacular that had all 49,461 fans in Brisbane Stadium. Australia 10th place choice penalty taker Vine slaughtered the deciding kick to send the Matildas into the World Cup semi-finals for the first time in their history. Australia will face England in the semi-finals after Lionesses claimed a 2-1 victory, came from behind to take the victory over Colombia at Stadium Australia.
I've never been to a penalty shootout, so that was a nice feeling actually. But yeah, I don't know, it was very tense, but at the same time I just had so much confidence in us out there. And yeah, I think it's an amazing way for us to get through to the next game because, you know, we really fought out there tonight and gave it everything we could, and then to be able to execute the penalties in the end is big for us. They were great tonight. They were so loud. Like, I felt them out there tonight. So yeah, I mean, I just say thank you to the fans because they actually helped. Like, I feel like when we were under the pump, they were like really getting behind us, and that helped us get some more momentum. And then towards the end, when we were getting tired, like they really backed us. Like, it was having another teammate out there. So they were great. Yeah, they're a great team. Like France is an amazing team, and they are very aggressive, and they have world-class players in their team. So football's like that sometimes. Like, we both had chances that, you know, we could have finished. No one finished them. Takes you to penalties, and penalties, it just takes one moment to win or lose. So we ended up being the ones tonight to get that. But yeah, you know, they had a great game as well tonight.
And that ends the news tonight. Bye for now.
was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.